Well, we now bring you the live reveal of the new Hyundai Staria. Newzroom Africa's contributor, Moshokoa, joins us now live from the Hoek Country Hotel. Please note this feature is brought to you by Hyundai. Jacob, good morning.
Hi, Michelle. Yes, the Hoek Country Club all the way in Magaliesburg today. The new Staria is here. I mean, from what you're seeing with the visuals of this car, you can understand that Hyundai is changing things around and they're making the future a priority for now. I'm joined by the CEO of Hyundai South Africa. His name is Neil Lynch. Neil, always a pleasure chatting to you. Such a pleasure to see you again. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Oh, thank you so much. Great to be here. We're really excited about the new Staria.
Tell me about the Staria, like the look and the design. Let's start there. Where is this design going and where did it actually come from?
Well, I think you have to go back and look at the H1, which has been our combi. We launched it in 2010, just before the World Cup. We've sold 24,000 H1s. And that was a real workhorse. It was a good, honest combi, is the only way to describe it, with lots of space. I think when you look at this, you can see the new design language, new technology coming through, just the whole look and feel and how upscale it's become. You know, we've got captain's seats in these cars. It's like sitting in a five-star hotel. It's quite a magnificent vehicle.
It definitely is. It's also quite the looker. What I want to obviously work out now is, now that it fits into the Hyundai H1 category, will the pricing be somewhere similar there? Because it looks very plush.
Well, the entry-level one will be pretty much the same as the current H1. And obviously the luxury one will go all the way up to about 1.1 million. So that's breaking news, because we haven't announced the pricing yet. So there you go.
We got it first here at Newzroom Afrika. I think the most important question as well is worth asking. What's the future of Hyundai like? I mean, you guys had a very busy year. Kona being launched, Santa Fe, etc. We met up at the i20 launch as well. What have you guys got in store for the rest of the year?
Well, we had Palisade a few weeks ago as well, which is also, so there's nothing else being launched this year, but next year we've got, I know you're a bit of a petrol head, so we've got Kona N coming, we've got i30N, both with DCT boxes. You know, the previous one was a manual, so we're quite excited about that. And we've got the all-new Tucson coming early next year as well, so it's still going to have a jam-packed calendar early next year.
And then just to sum things up here, when it comes to hybrids and EVs, could we expect maybe some sort of test mules coming next year?
I think we're watching the space with interest. You know, the issue with hybrids and EVs is they're very expensive. And, you know, unless there's some kind of assistance to make these cars cheaper, it's very difficult to launch in the current environment. So we're watching the space very carefully. There's a whole host of cars we could bring in, and when the environment is right, we certainly will.
All right, Neil, let's just have a quick look at this car and looking at the grille and specifically the lights. Do you want to just take me through this design language where the lights are up here? Are these the lights on the car?
So this is the running light. So you'll see when your lights are on, this illuminates. So at night, this car looks amazing, because you can imagine you've got your lights on the side and you've got this running light that goes all the way across the bonnet. So it really is a good-looking car. I must say, you know, I've been at Hyundai for 6 years now, and this is probably the car that's got the most attention when I've been driving around. You know, I've got people stopping me at traffic lights and asking me about it. You know, when you're driving around Joburg, you're never quite sure when you just open the window, but certainly getting lots of attention.
A definite eye-catcher. Mr. Neil Lynch, thank you for your time. Really appreciated, the CEO of Hyundai. Looking forward to seeing what you guys are doing next year. You spoke about i30N. I cannot wait to see that.
Invite you to that one.
I'll be there. I'll be there. First, I got to enjoy this.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, sir. There we go. That's the CEO of Hyundai South Africa. His name is Neil Lynch. He's been letting us know about this new Staria, a very different looking car, an odd shaped car. I mean, when I look at what the grille alone looks like, sort of reminds me of the Santa Fe, but it also gives off this very futuristic 2029 feel on the car. And even if we had to go on the inside of the car and you see what it's got, I mean, this one is the luxury one, coming in at 1.1 million rand. It's got the right seats, and it looks very plush with the setup of the car. So it is quite interesting with how it's also been set up, specifically on the steering wheel and, of course, the infotainment system on the center console of the car. Very futuristic. I cannot wait to actually drive it. I'm sure Newzroom Afrika will be getting my driving impressions as well. So for me, this sort of wraps up my time chatting to you guys, Michelle, letting you know about this new Staria that's just launching here in South Africa. So for Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, it's Jacob Moshokoa at the Hoek Country Hotel in Magaliesburg. It's back to you in the studio.
Thanks very much for that, Jacob. And this feature was brought to you by Hyundai.